Hi guys, Dave here for Dave Outdoors. I'd just like to show you a quick method that I use for turning my blanket into a sleeping bag. Thanks for tuning in. When I'm overnighting outdoors, I prefer a blanket to a sleeping bag. Trouble with a blanket is tossing and turning all night. That blanket keeps moving and becomes quite an issue to keep it wrapped around you all night long. So what I do is I just do a quick modification that turns it into a sleeping bag, and this mod here is pretty good. It doesn't come off me all night long, regardless of how much I'm moving around. And all it really needs is these 4 paracord cuttings. So I have 3 wrapped around the blanket roll, and I carry a 4th one with me, and I use these 4 to make my blanket into a sleeping bag. Show you how it's done. Just take the blanket. This is it, just as you can see spread over there. This blanket is about 2.4 meters long, and I am about 1.7 meters, so about 5'7". So the cool thing of an extra long blanket like that is that my feet don't come out the end. I've got lots of extra blanket down there, so my feet don't stick out and get cold. If you're a tall bugger, then all you need to do is just get another old blanket. Doesn't have to be the same kind. Cut it to the extra length you need and just sew it on, or have it sewn on by a seamstress. Relatively quick. The whole idea with this is just to have a blanket that's a good length longer than yourself, and just take the blanket and fold it in half like this. There we go, and this is going to be the bottom across there. And then it's just a matter of taking the 4 lengths of paracord, making them into clove hitches, and tying up the blanket. I'll show you. I've already got this corner here already secured, so I don't need to worry about that. I'm going to come about halfway along. Because this blanket's got quite a bit more length than what I am, I can afford to take up a good chunk of it like that. I just put my clove hitch over it. Pull through a pretty reasonable amount. Like that. Tighten the clove hitch up tight as you can. And then just secure it with a half hitch or a thumb knot. It's one section already done. Make another clove hitch. Make this one a little bit bigger than the other one. Get the corner. Those 2 corners there. Put them together. Push a piece through and put my clove hitch over it. Good and tight as you can get it, and then I just secure it with a thumb knot. I did another video on a clove hitch, plenty of videos on them, so you can see how to make them. Simple to make, but as you can see, this is the bottom of the sleeping bag now, the center and the corner. Then I just come up the sides. Just estimate how much you want. There's no real precise sort of measurements to it or anything like that. Good and tight. The last one, this is the top of my sleeping bag here. So what I do is I bring it down around about there, and it just means it's going to be open like that. And it gives me a little more movement in there, a little more room to move. that's it, ready for bed. So again, that's the bottom of it there, tied about halfway along, then tied on the corner, then come up the other side as far as you want. I guess that's almost just below my knees. That there is just below my ribs, I guess. And that's it. That's the whole sleeping bag done. I don't think it's all going to fit in camera there, but you get the idea. I just climb into there, climb down inside of it, and I'm away. And like I said, my feet actually don't come out the end here, although they can, but being this blanket is a reasonable amount longer than me, I have plenty of loose blanket down the bottom. My feet don't stick out and get cold. And I can turn around and roll around all night long, and it's just like a sleeping bag. Doesn't come off. If I add to that my Survive Outdoors Longer Escape Bivy as a outside on the outside, then I've got a nice warm blanket next to me, and then I've got this on top of it holding all that extra heat in, and reasonably waterproof as well. So pretty good combination, and this will fit inside of here. There you go. So that's turning a blanket into a sleeping bag.